On our prep call, you mentioned the procurement piece and how this can obviously be such a huge barrier for sales, as we all know. How do you navigate this when working with different regions, handling procurement and making sure they're working with you, not against you?
Procurement, yeah. I mean, for me, I think it all comes to getting procurement on your side. They're not your competitors, they're not your adversary.
Yeah.
And for that, I think the best way is only I'm pushing my teams to go on site. To work in partnership with the procurement and to help them basically build the business case with the line of businesses. We've been many times in a very frontal discussion with our procurements, and we've been pushed by marketing team or an IT team, and we're having now this discussion with procurement, and we are at the very, very end of the sales cycle, and because they were not involved from the beginning, like they think we are going to fight against them. But in France or Germany, what we try to do is to get access to procurement from the beginning, so they can understand the value the business is getting out of this project, because many times they don't get it, honestly, because there is lack of communication between the business, the champions who want to buy, and then how can they justify to have 100K, 200 or 1 million? So having them in the beginning of the process to educate our champions to discuss with procurement and have them on our side, and so they can understand the value they can get out of a 100K investment, for example. But I think it's more easy to do that in France than Germany, who's going to be more process oriented, and once they have a process, they're like, you don't get out of this, so you really have to stick to the rules. But yeah, that's what we try to do.
You know.
I have a great example on that. Even there's a big deal I'm working on, and senior management British have procurement call, and procurement person tells me I would prefer to have the call in German. I'm not really that great at English, and now me needing to explain to management, they don't want to speak English. They rather want to do it in German, so they feel more comfortable, and we want to win this deal. So let me do my thing in German, and I'll let you know how it went. You can come in for 5 minutes, say, hey, we love you, and then you can go. Then I do it in German. So that's, again, explaining to management, this is what the region wants, this is how they want to be approached. Let's not force it on them, now you have to do it in English because you're the big boss. Do it how they want it. So
I've had that many times where and it's hard as a manager when, especially when I've had all of EMEA, and I've got so many people speaking different languages in my team, and it's like I want to help, and it's like I want to be on, help you with that procurement call, whatever it is, and I just don't speak the language. I mean, sadly, I don't speak any language apart from English, which is questionable sometimes. But even so, right? Many of you up here speak multiple languages, but still not for every single market, and that is it becomes a problem when people do want to speak in their native language, and it's hard from a management perspective because you still want to support, but then you also have to really respect that and say, okay, actually, what value can I bring? I remember once I was in France, 3-hour meeting, and it was all in French.
Oh gosh.
I was like, why am I here?
Where was it?
We thought it was going to be in England, and then because we were in France, in Paris, in their office, there's no way. And I learned from that meeting, there was no point in me actually going to, I don't know if it was Paris or France, and sitting in a customer meeting like that, because I'm on their territory, right? And to ask them to speak another language, even though they speak it fluently, it's never going to happen. And so that was also a great learning as well. But you have to respect that, and I think that also helps to build trust. So when it comes to procurement, I think building trust, because they procurement are there to, they have the job and they're there to do one thing, and that's fine. So if you can get support from other people, not necessarily your management, I think that's also going to be valued as well.
Management may not be the right answer every time. I mean, I've worked only in American companies, and the way they see Europe, it's like sometimes like one single market, but we are like 15 countries, 15 different cultures, 15 different languages, and they're trying to impose meetings in English. And
terrible,
honestly,
aren't they?
it's yeah. So you have to educate. You're gonna have to fight against your management because they want to do things their way.
Yeah.
And as a sales, you're gonna have to fight for your customer against your management. And it can help you as well build trust with your customer at the end because they're aware of what you're trying to do for them.
Yeah.
But yes, maybe it would be different experience for me if I used to work in an English company or German company. But I've never done that so far.
Amazing. And Jafar, in your day-to-day role, how do you find handling procurement or working in these different languages?
Not so much I can talk about procurement, but another topic that was touched in terms of those countries and cultures that are more relationship based, even when it comes to the prospecting into them and then doing like conversations at the very early stages. What I found, just having that senior person with you, and like we had the situation, we had a very big customer in Kazakhstan, and it is one of the biggest mining companies there. They are speaking in Kazakh language and in Russian. But we are bringing from the United Kingdom our executive VP who doesn't know anything technical, who is like executive VP, he's not even in sales.
Yeah.
But we're bringing him to a meeting, which resulted in that company inviting 15 board members just because we said that our EVP will be joining the call. And then I was just sitting with him and just translating every single thing that was being told in like from Russian to English, so he could understand it. And I was just playing a translator there, but it opened so many doors, even though he didn't say anything directly to them. But like those countries that really care about respect and about like they're cultivistic, not individualistic. They really just want to have that executive presence. So like ghostwriting for your executives and just inviting them so they are just there. You know, like in my personal experience, it really helped for that specific kind of segment of countries. That's my experience.
Google Translate's been a massive saviour for me. Because
ChatGPT now.
but it does it automatically on the email, and I can just click translate and understand what's being said, and then I can also respond in English, and then it's amazing. It's because before it means I can actually be involved, but it is game changing when there is a translation there. But yes, any translation would work.